Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Today I have myself, Captain Coop, and we have our wonderfully newly promoted Captain Shaughnessy.
Hello, hello.
So we wanted to do a little bit, and I'll address McFarland's not here. He wasn't feeling too well, so we made him stay home because, you know, we got to take care of ourselves. But I wanted to talk a little bit about our new captain here and go over a little bit of his responsibilities, welcome him to the captain team.
Thank you.
And then go over a little bit of our winter weather stuff. So we know that the winter is coming up. We're starting to get some winter advisories. So we wanted to approach that a little bit as well. So Captain Shaughnessy, congratulations. Well, number
Thank
one,
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well-deserved and I'd say well-deserved and about time.
Yeah.
We have been absolutely just treating you like a captain for the longest time.
Right.
We've upped his workload continuously, and just beaten him up like we beat the other captains up, myself included, for the longest amount of time. And we made the decision finally to promote him because he, one, deserves it, two, his workload reflects it. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you for
I
accepting
appreciate
it.
that. Yeah.
Welcome to the captain family.
I know it wasn't really an acceptance; it was kind of a force, but it's
You're
usually
going
how
to
it
do
goes.
this.
Yeah, usually how it goes.
We're promoting you. What?
Yeah,
I don't.
right.
What if you're getting promoted?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. This is what you're going to do now.
Yeah. So congratulations on that again. You've helped out a ton recently with a bunch of stuff, but you've taken one of the big things we've given you is the vehicles, and you've taken that role like no other, and you've taken that and ran with it. And then you're assisting myself and Chief with St. Louis.
Yeah.
So those are two of the new big responsibilities that you've been tasked with that you've absolutely just taken and with and ran. And I can't thank you enough for the help with St. Louis because, and you know St. Louis as well as I do, it's needed some work. So
it needs,
help with
it needs help for sure.
The help that you've given has been, monstrous, dude. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Along with the two new lieutenants that we have out there in St. Louis as
They're
well.
they're absolutely
amazing.
crushing it.
Oh,
they
dude,
are absolutely crushing it.
I am almost positive one of them is tired of hearing me say you're amazing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
But the thing is that they want to do it.
Oh,
you know,
100%.
we feel like we're overworking them, but they're like, no.
they're like, you got any more? We're like,
bring it
hold
on.
on,
Like,
wait a minute.
We're like, could you do this? They're like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, oh my god, dude, they got like 100 other tasks.
Stop! I'm trying not to kill you, and they're like, no, let's go.
Yeah.
So, you know, what's it with the new responsibilities and everything? Kind of take me through a little bit of what were your expectations? Because I know you were kind of in the know that we were planning on. We wanted to promote you, and I know you were in the know of that. What were your expectations when we kind of started dropping extra stuff on you?
I mean, it was obviously expected. There was a lot of movements that were happening within the company. My role at the time just didn't match one that needed to take me to a captain level. And the more that I started looking into the actual business side of things is when kind of the workload got a little bit more. And then I think we had a talk of getting a fleet maintenance company. And Major Roses was like, well, why don't we just give it to Shaughnessy? And then, you know, we can have it that way. So that was a pretty big thing that I'm still tackling, is getting the fleet up to how it needs to go.
Dealing with the fleet maintenance, you've gone through and you've talked to several companies and mechanics, and you've done a ton of footwork that we've just never really been able to do in the past, where you're able to kind of clear, for lack of a better way of saying it, clear the path and find some people, a group of people that we can work with to make it work. And you've done stellar with that.
Yeah. It's
new lighting, a new lighting company to new mechanics and getting
well, that was the hardest one. The light company. I mean, it's hard to find somebody that's willing to install because you gotta have like the hardware to put it in, and then you also gotta have the knowledge of having the strobes and all that stuff. So it was something that was difficult to locate, but it ended up being like a shop that wasn't really meant for that. You know, there's like the specific vehicle upfitting shops, and then there was one that I knew put like normal auxiliary light bars. And I called them up and I was like, hey, can you guys install this? And they're like, yeah, sure, bring it over. And I was like, awesome, dude, I got like 20 cars to do.
Bring it on down.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so I've been in the process. We got how many? I'd say probably 13 or 14 new vehicles. Then I got to get them. We buy from out of state. Got to get them inspected, wrapped, installed with lights. The Supervisor ones will have the laptop stands that I got to get taken care of. So it's still in the process. We just got all the wraps done. So
and they look amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I can't thank the companies that I go to enough because they do phenomenal work. Phenomenal. I had to throw it in there once. But that's what my main focus is right now, just because I want to get the officers, the lights are for safety, on the side of the road and stuff.
Brian made a comment. I was going to address it. He says he's sitting there with his soy latte, and so him. It's
Brian,
actually
this is water. This is water. Okay,
It's actually
you
water.
drink soy lattes.
It's just so on brand. It's actually water.
Yeah, I've been trying to drink a lot more of that, dude.
Water.
Oh yeah,
It's important.
dude. I don't think I think there was a period in time I didn't drink water for like months, and I just kept telling myself my body can't separate water from whatever drink, like a Coke. The base is water, so it's like if my body can't separate, my body needs to get better. That's just what I kept saying, dude. And then I woke up one day and I was like, I need water. Like that SpongeBob scene.
Yeah.
That SpongeBob scene.
So
I need it.
dehydrated.
Yeah, dude, that was me.
There was a time in college where I don't think I drank water for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I woke up. It was just after finals. I woke up because it was like 3 or 4 weeks leading up to finals and then finals week. And there was like 2 or 3 days later, I woke up and just everything hurt. My head it felt like somebody was hitting me in the head with a baseball bat. And I walked out of my room, and my roommate looks at me and he goes, "Dude, you okay?" And I go, "Everything, like I couldn't open my eyes. The lights
dude.
hurt,
Like headaches.
sounds hurt, and everything like that."
Can't
And
think either. Dude,
goes-
water, like, it's a lot.
he looks at me
You
and
don't
goes,
have it.
"When was the last time you had something to drink?" And I was like, "I drank last night." And he goes, "What did you drink?" And I go, "I think it was a Monster." And he goes, "When was the last
Yeah.
time you had water?" And I
Yeah.
went, "Water?" And he goes, "That's a problem."
Right.
He walked over with a big old container and he goes, "Drink this."
Dude, I'm not big on like really cold water though. That's what I never drank.
Cold water?
Yeah. If you go to a gas station, I don't like the waters that come out of the fridge. It's just cold.
Let it warm up.
Yeah, but like, what if I want it now? I went to the gas station for a drink. I want that now. I don't want to wait for it to.
It's my
to
water.
warm up,
It's
dude.
my water, and I want it
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. But like a Monster, yeah, I'll put that down. No problem. I've been cutting back on the energy drinks too.
Other than the one I do in the morning, the energy mix I make, I don't drink Monsters or like that anymore. I had one a while back just to kind of get me through a day because I was having a rough one, but I tend not to drink those anymore.
Right.
They put a strain on me, and I just kind of made the decision that I was over.
I think I was like drinking too much. They taste so good that you don't really realize how much caffeine you're putting in until you're like, ooh, I'm a little lightheaded and I think I might pass out here in a second. My heart rate's at like 180 resting,
It's one of those, oh, that's 145. That's
Yeah.
probably an issue.
Dude, I got an Apple Watch for Christmas and I put it on and it can track your heart rate.
Oh,
and my heart rate's like resting 125. And I was like, I need to go to the doctor.
I'm going to put McFarland in a bit of a pickle here because I'm going to tell you something and you're going to like use it against him forever now.
Oh, absolutely.
He has an issue. Like he got a Apple Watch from Aldi's, I think, one of the off brands or something like that, and he had to turn off the heart monitor because it freaks him out.
Because his heart rate's too fast?
I don't know, but it freaks him out. So when I was telling him, we were on the podcast, and I was telling him what my heart rate was, he was like wigging out on me.
Really?
So use that to your heart's content.
Yeah. No, I instantly made a doctor's appointment. I was like, I don't feel like it should be that high. I know my family was like, dude, what is going on? I was like, I don't know.
I remember the first time I got mine, we were talking about it. It was me, Roses, McFarland, and Ortiz, and we were talking about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, mine tracks it. And I pulled it up, and my resting at that time was at 104.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, you've got a problem. I was like, it'll be fine. My resting now sits at like mid 80s. And I was like, I'm really glad I made some life choice changes because 104 was pretty high.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
that's
No,
a problem.
and when I went to the doctor, I told him, and he was like, I'm not really worried about that. He's like, I got people in the 200s. And I was like,
What?
huh. I was like, okay. He's like, do you like drink a lot of caffeine? I was like, yes, like no
A
other.
profound amount.
He was like, I can imagine why your heart rate's that high. So that's
yeah.
started moving over to coffee and water. Thanks, Brian.
Brian says it's soy water.
What's up with soy, dude? Why is that always his joke?
I don't know.
Brian, get some looser pants, dude.
Beatty says he's shocked you're drinking water. Dylan, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Beatty. I'm glad to see you here.
Beatty, hello. Actually,
Gary, thanks for joining us. Let's see. To be clear, when does hydration start? Brian, really? We'll get to the.
Yeah, do you see that? Who's the new Rome music? He's got vehicles, but he's running with it. Why not drive?
Something's fishy here. We tend not to let him drive. He gets a little weird.
Yeah,
So we have him run. What he does is he puts the vehicle in neutral and he runs next to it
Yeah,
and just
like
pushes it.
Flintstone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, that's how I do it. No,
Billy, thanks for joining us.
I
Suzanne,
don't drive
welcome.
because we have all the officers on the road. That was the hardest part, is getting all this stuff done. We needed the vehicles, so
Yeah.
it's not like I could like just hold off a month and get everything done, and then introduced them to the fleet, it was, we need these now.
We need them now.
So you're going to have to work around the officers doing their shifts. So that's.
And that was the fun one. That was moving everything around,
Yeah.
keeping. I remember there was a couple of times that you could see that you were frantically, like, not running per se, but you were moving cars and trying to keep everything aligned. And all of a sudden, you guys would walk up, you and Brown would walk up to me and hand me the phone and be like, "Hey, we got to go move 5 cars. We'll be back in 6 hours." I was like, "Okay."
Well, and the ones in the lot for the patrol unit, those are. I mean, I can work around those pretty easily, but it's the ones that are like in the field where I got to drive 30 minutes there, got to drive 30 minutes to the shop. You know,
Take them
it
a new
takes a lot
car,
of
bring
your
the
day.
car back to the shop, get back here.
Exactly.
Grab another car, go to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of our on-site ones are the more high mileage ones, the ones that don't move around too much, and those ones just love to break down all at the same time.
Lavi says my resting heart rate is scary high. Lavi, lay off the
Lavi's such
coffee.
like a relaxed individual. That's surprising.
What scares me is I kind of want to see what Patton's resting heart rate is.
He drinks like a pot and a half of coffee.
In like the first 4 hours, like first hour and a half of his day, I think he's down a pot of coffee.
Yeah, I love how I watched him do gun drills, and he actually says in the beginning, he's like, "I am a caffeine addict. You will see me drink so much coffee, it is fine."
Yeah. Remember the first time I watched him drink coffee, he was we had just got new coffee in, coffee that I buy personally for the office because I don't like regular coffee, and I buy a big old like 5-pound bag of grounds of it, and he made a pot. I drank my first cup. By the time I was done with my cup, he goes, "Hey, do you want me to throw another pot on?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What do you mean? Didn't you just throw a pot?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's gone."
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, it's been like 25. It's been like it was like 40 minutes." And he goes, "And?" I was like, "How much coffee do you drink?" He goes. He looks at me. He pauses for a second. He goes, "Not enough."
No.
And I'm like, I think that's the opposite.
Actually, I don't think there is enough coffee for
Patton? No.
for just the office as a whole. The amount of caffeine that the entire office goes through is
it's
just
crazy.
unruly.
Oh, dude,
you know, we
'cause
get done. You have 2 hours of sleep. You wake up and you go right back
Yeah.
to it. So, I gave him Death Wish one time. You know, Death Wish coffee.
Yeah, he drank that along with the
Like
coffee I gave him.
740 milligrams per cup.
Did you see him?
Yeah, he was doing the Irish jig downstairs. Just in the patrol office.
I thought he was
dancing.
Flash trying to vibrate through a wall.
Yeah. And then he came back and was like, "My wife says I can't drink that anymore."
Do you blame her?
No, not
Look
at
at
all.
him.
Not at all. That stuff will make you like shake, no problem.
He was sitting downstairs. I swear he could have. I'm pretty sure he would have vibrated through the desk if he put his hand down. He just would. It
No, it was wild.
was horrible.
It was wild. He's just over here like, you know, firearm instructing, like instructing the firearms.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's like, don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Dude,
It's
that's
fine.
my favorite. So my favorite story to tell about Tommy, who's our range master. He's an awesome dude. But when I first went through range and he didn't know me at all, this was probably like 2 years ago. But he came up behind me and he was like, "Why do you shake?" And anybody that knows me knows that I constantly shake
yeah.
like all the time. And sometimes it's worse than others. And he was like, "I'm not trying to be like rude here." He's like, "Do you have something wrong with you that makes you shake like that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay, cool. I just want to make sure you weren't nervous." I was like, "Nice to meet you too, Tommy." Well, no, now Tommy's like a father to me. It's
amazing.
funny
because I shake a little bit myself, not a lot, but it gets worse when I'm stressed. But it's hilarious. It's almost like my body trained itself. My right hand will almost never shake. It'll transmit all to my left. So if I'm having a real stressful day and I'm like panicking a little bit on the inside, my left hand will do this.
Yeah.
My right hand will stay the same. You know I'm really bad when my right hand starts to shake because it's my body. It's like, nope, we're done. It's over.
Right.
Panic.
Well, dude, my adrenaline also like kicks up in it if I'm out in the field.
Yeah.
Beatty will know this best. But whenever we were like in an interaction with somebody who was getting hostile, like my adrenaline just goes up, you know, and I'm sitting there shaking. It's not like it's not like a scared thing. It's more of I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a preempt.
So anytime that we like get them to finally calm down and I'm still, you know, all wired up, I have to have my partner or whoever is out there take down their name and stuff because otherwise I'm like, trying to write.
scratch?
Yeah, dude, and they'll call me out too. I'm like, I'm not mad at you, dude. I'm just trying to write the name. You know? Oh, it's great.
Beatty says triple-digit heart rates. Where it's all at.
Dude, Beatty's got a caffeine addiction as
I'm
well.
pretty sure everybody here has a caffeine addiction.
Yeah. That's how we work.
So, okay, breaching from that to winter weather. Obviously, for those of you who are in Kansas City, have seen the weather that we are currently in. It is snowing. The temperatures are going to drop, and we'll get into actual weather here in a second.
Brian goes, "Get that man a coupe cup."
Brian, I'll get right on that. Preacher, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you got your cup, man. I am really happy to see that you got that water bottle. I'm really happy to see that. I'm glad it made it. We had a little bit of shipping issue. But I'm really glad it showed up. So thank you for confirming that it did. I'll let April know that it arrived safely. Yes, we need to get you a coop cup so we can measure your water.
I know, dude. I almost stole. I don't remember the last one I saw, but I almost stole it from whoever had it.
Oh, it was either going to be me or April.
I think it was April. I think I was going to take it from her.
Ortiz has one too. She might have been hers.
No, I don't recall coming trying to steal your cup. I think it
Mine?
was April.
No.
I think it was April.
It's probably April. So getting into Brian. Let's see. So with the winter weather we're getting into, guys, it's starting to cool. It's obviously extremely cold. We're in the 30 degrees range right now. As of right now, Kansas City is in a winter storm warning. And if you haven't seen the weather or you haven't seen any of the radar, please check it out. It is absolutely massive
we're
storm
gonna get
coming.
Slammed with.
It's gonna hit
snow.
hard.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go into weather real quick, and then we'll get into some safety tips about it. So looking at the weather, as of right now, it is 35 degrees and snowing. It is absolutely crazy outside. Tomorrow we're looking at 34 degrees with snow and wind. Wednesday is 39 degrees, partly cloudy. Thursday is 32 and cloudy. Friday we're back down to 20 with snow coming in. Saturday is 13 with cloudy. Sunday is 3 degrees with mostly cloudy.
Good Lord.
Monday 8, mostly cloudy. Tuesday 14. Wednesday 26. Thursday 25. Friday 24. And Saturday at 28. So we are absolutely in the winter months. We are absolutely in the winter weather. So please be careful out there. For those of you who are on shift with foot patrols or vehicle patrols, please keep an eye out. Daily, we will be sending updates to you guys, making sure that we are keeping everybody as safe as possible. Some direction went out earlier. Some more direction will continue to go out. So please keep that in mind when you're walking around outside. If the patrols have not been stopped, please walk safely. I believe Major McFarland said it best: walk like a penguin.
Yeah.
Please be very safe, guys. We want to keep everybody safe. We don't want anybody getting hurt. If you get directive that foot patrols and vehicle patrols have stopped, please don't take it upon yourself to continue them.
Yeah.
If you have any
Don't be a
questions on it,
superhero.
if you have any questions on it, please reach out to your supervisors. Let us know, and we'll answer any questions you have on winter weather.
Yeah.
But with that, please be safe. Please dress warm with the winter weather. Make sure we're wearing our layers, our jackets. Make sure we're staying as warm as possible. Drinking water because it is important. And Brian, to answer your question, hydration is the
Soy
day
water.
before, not the day of. Soy water.
Yeah,
I'll make
also-
sure to keep Shaughnessy here full of soy water for him.
So much soy water. Don't assume that you are not working because of the weather. You will be contacted prior to your shift to let
Yes.
you know not to come in. So if you don't get a call like that, assume that you're working.
Yes. We do have a couple of sites that we have done that for, but you will get a call if that is one of your sites. If you don't, like he said, please assume you're going to work.
That's the worst phone call, man. Like you call them to see if they're there. Like, oh no, it's snowing. I thought I didn't work. I was like, oh
Nobody said that.
yeah,
Yeah, I've had that.
Please get there, like fast.
Safely.
Yeah, exactly.
Safely?
Well, yeah. Well, safely, and then fast is like second. Like it's like we'll go that way.
Always be safe.
Yeah.
Get there
I
accordingly.
wish you guys could have seen the eyeballs that he just gave me. Like they just safely
Safely.
water.
Other than that, guys, that's really all we had. I just wanted to give a shout out to our newly promoted captain because he deserves all the shout out I can give him because he's absolutely taken everything we've given him and just ran with it and taken the punches like the rest of us and just stepped up to the plate like no other. And I wanted to give a little bit of briefing on the weather aspect. So thank you guys so much. We're going to let you get back to enjoying your day. Please be safe out there. Let us know if you have any questions. And other than that, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe. Thanks.
Peace.